All right, so now we're going to use this as a place for us to jot down some ideas, what we know, and start connecting our inequalities to a scenario and then to a graph as well. So we're going to take this step by step and kind of break it down. Before we do anything though, we're going to jot down some possibilities for what the value of x could be in the equalities that we have listed. All right, so our first one, we've got x is, do we remember what this is, right? It makes an L, right? L less than. X is less than or equal to 25. So let's go ahead and just write that down since we're just starting with these. Less than or equal to 25. Okay, so from here, we're going to jot down some possibilities for what x could be. And I always start with comparing x to the number that's given. Can x be exactly 25? Yeah, because it says or equal to, right? That little nugget under there is super important. So a possibility is exactly 25. Some other numbers, less than, right? Anything smaller than 25. We could do 24 and 9/10. We could have 0. We could have negatives, right? Any negative number or any number smaller than 25, right? And then we have the next one right below it, which is exactly the same. So I'm just gonna skip that one because we can always refer back up to this, all right? All right, x is, again, it makes an L. X is less than 25. So let's write that down. Less than 25. Okay, so the first thing we do, again, is to compare our variable to the number that's given. And the number that's given is 25. So can x be exactly 25? It cannot be. It has to be less than 25. So it could be 24 and 99/100ths. It could be 23. It could be negative 21. It could be 1/2. It just has to be any number in the world less than 25, okay? Our next one, we have x is greater than or equal to 25, okay? Greater than or equal to 25. Okay, so once again, we always start with comparing our variable to the number that's given. Can x be exactly 25? Yes, it can be because of that or equals symbol. So it can be exactly 25. Can it be 23? No, because it has to be greater, right? 25 or greater. So it could be 25 and 1/10. It could be 285. It could be 26. Any number bigger than 25 or equal to 25. Our next one, we have x is greater than 25. So there we go. Greater than 25. Okay. So again, we start off by comparing our variable to our number that's given. Can x be exactly 25? No, because it doesn't have that or equals to symbol. So we've got x is greater than 25. Any number bigger than 25. 25 and 1 penny. 28, 96, 283, any number bigger than 25. Okay. Then our last one, x is not equal to 25. Not equal to 25, meaning it can literally be any number other than 25. It can be bigger, it can be smaller, it can be super close to 25. It just cannot be exactly 25. So we could have something like 24 and 1/10. We could have negative 100. We could have 25 and 2 pennies. We could have 396, as long as it's not exactly 25. Okay. All right, so now that we've got this jotted down, hopefully it's legible, what we're gonna do next is get your card sort ready to go. So I've already cut mine up So if you would take a quick second, right, you can push pause. What you're gonna do is just cut literally everything out. They're already mixed up on your paper anyway, so don't worry about trying to keep them together. They were purposely not matched up. So cut out all of your scenarios and stack them together. Cut out all of your little things, or you might even go ahead and just kind of lay them out. They don't have to be in any kind of an order whatsoever. I just took mine and cut them up and shuffled them a little and kind of lay them out like this. That way we have them all kind of spread out. So I've got this folded and these guys on either side. So I have a view of everything all together. All right, so go ahead and push pause, cut stuff out, get yourself organized, and then push play and we'll start over. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and let's pick a scenario and let's see if we can match it up to our inequality first as a way to start. So I've got Amanda up here first. So if you would go ahead and grab Amanda. We're gonna do some things with this scenario because remember, we always start with something easier first and then add some layers to make it a bit more challenging and some more things to sort through. So we're gonna apply and use some strategies that can help you in the long run, all right? So Amanda has a budget of $25 to spend on lunch each week. Okay, before I do anything, I am going to box a keyword, budget, and maybe I'm able to kind of flip back to the notes that we took earlier, kind of taking a peek at what we have here. But we've got a budget. So we can even think of that. If I have a budget of $25, I always focus on the number that's given first. If I have a budget of $25, can I spend all of my money, exactly $25 on lunch? Yeah, I can spend literally every penny. So I'm gonna write down some examples on here. 25. Could I spend $30? Could I spend more than my budget? I'm not supposed to. I'm really not supposed to spend more than $25. So I can't spend more. Can I spend less? I could totally spend $20 or $19 or even $24. I can spend exactly $25, but not a penny more. Okay, so let's see if we can find any that match up to this, where I can spend exactly $25. So I know I'm gonna look for an or equals to symbol, and I can spend less. So X is less than or equal to 25, and here we go, we have some examples, exactly 25 and smaller. So I'm gonna match that up. I'm not gonna glue or tape anything down, so don't worry about that yet. Okay, so now I'm gonna start looking to my little graphs over here. So I'm gonna need one that's showing the fact that we're highlighting things that are cheaper than $25, and that looks like this guy. Well, these two are the same, so I'm only gonna do one of them. Okay, so these two, okay. Now I've got an open circle and a closed circle, and there is a big difference between the two. So I want you to think about, what would you do if I asked you to plot 25 on a number line? I'm willing to bet you would plot 25 and you would bubble in a circle, right? To show that you're including 25, right? 25 is what you meant to show. And that is the same concept we're gonna apply here. My closed circle shows or equal to, that 25 is included. My open circle says that 25 is not included. So for this one, since we can spend exactly $25, $25 works for our scenario, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I have a bubbled in, a filled in circle for that one, all right? Okay, so we're gonna do the rest of these. Even if you feel like you got it, I want you to go through a few of them with me, because again, we're applying some strategies so that we're more successful on tougher problems later. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next video.